In discussing all of this in an exclusive interview with Iran's ambassador in London, Seyed Ali Mousavi, he told me that Britain is not at war with Iran. At any rate, not yet. I began by asking him, however, about this new Supreme Leader and whether he represented continuity with the last Supreme Leader.
The late Supreme Leader, he had a very important and huge endeavors to preserving the Iranian territorial integrity, and I do believe there is one continuity into keeping of this kind of principles: Iranian sovereignty, Iranian territorial integrity, Iranian dignity. But there is, according to the Shia jurisprudence, every jurisprudent, every mujtahid has their own deduction, has their own analysis regarding how to address the different issues, different matters in the society inside of Iran and international community outside of Iran. And so, in answering your question, I do believe there is one in continuity while changing, while adapting ourselves with the new issues.
So does this mean that the American belief that by this war they could fundamentally change the nature of Iran and the Iranian state, they are wrong?
I do believe that, again, they are wrong because they want to make some problems for our territorial integrity, for our national integrity inside of Iran. And so, totally wrong. But regarding for other matters related to the Iranian people will, the Iranian people would like to have a economic and as well as other fields, industrial fields, progress and development. And so after this war, again that we keeping and maintaining all our national integrity of our independent political independency, we are going to find some solution. We're going to find some approaches how to develop, how to manage ourselves according to the new condition and circumstances after the war.
That's interesting. Can I ask you to put yourself into the shoes, as it were, of a young Iranian in Tehran who doesn't like the hijab, doesn't like women to be covered in that way, who wants more freedom of speech, who wants a change in the complete political atmosphere? Am I going to get what I want because of this war?
You see, that every society, one of them in Iran, is a dynamic society. And so live society. The transfers of the generations, my generation is totally with my son and my children's generation. They have their own, concerns. They have their own issues. And if you want to manage the society, you should respect this kind of changes. You should observe.
So you think there will be changes coming?
Yeah, I think that is every time. Now every time. And now we are talking with each other, the changing is continuing. And so it is very important that please, first of all, to observe it and then recognize that and then to respect and provide a very good, conditions and circumstances, how to manage the society, how to manage the people, going to development in the different fields.
I want to come to the war in a moment, but just before I do, one of the problems that your country has had around the world are the images of young protesters being hanged in public, protesters being gunned down or shot, the extraordinary violence and the body bags and all the rest of it. Do you accept that that part of your country's recent history has been a stain on Iran and something that needs to change?
First of all, let me correct your wording that's regarding for the hanging of the protesters.
We've seen them.
No, but I think you as a professional journalist, you should verify everything regarding. We are every fake news and misunderstanding and mismanagement, misinformation and disinformation. There are a lot.
Sure, but the killing of protesters.
But you see that I got your point in your question. I do believe that, in accordance to the Iranian laws and regulations, there are many chances for to have a peaceful protest inside of Iran. And so, but unfortunately, some with the foreign interference and some abusing of this laws and regulation inside of Iran, the peaceful protest that shifted to the riots and very bloody, gatherings. And so that I do believe, if we want to, if we...
but I'm sorry, but the IRGC itself and the Basij militias have been brutal.
No. You see that, I hope that one time that you travel to Iran, see that the IRGC and Basij people, they are loving their country, they are defending their own country. And so you see they voluntarily defending the Iranian internal integrity and as well as territorial integrity and Iranian dignity. But you see, unfortunately, there are many negative propaganda against the IRGC and as well as Basij. During the imposed 8 war between Iraq and Iran, there are a lot of Iranians who were volunteer to go to help and assist our combatant against the Iraqi invasion. And so this is the Basij. Basij, it means that gathering all of the people in this war, in the Persian war. And so now they continue their functions to preserve and maintaining the Iranian security and safety. And they are working, the Basij, who are working in different fields. For example, in vaccination. During the COVID crisis, that we used the Basij for vaccination all of the people inside of Iran. There are very good, actual potential to serve the public.
Let me turn to the war itself. There's been a bit of confusion about the status of the Gulf states, UAE, Dubai, Qatar. Are they legitimate targets for Iran or not? Now, there was one statement and then another statement, and the missiles continue to fall. So are those countries, some of which have American bases in them, legitimate targets?
First of all, for answering this question, that's a very significant question. We should come back to the root causes of this crisis. Root causes of this war in our region are the American and as well as Israeli regimes attack and aggression to the Iranian people and Iranian country. And so we have declared to them that if they want to attack us, if they want to make aggression as a criminal act, according to international law, we will defend ourselves. We will defend our territorial integrity and the Iranian national sovereignty. Unfortunately, there are many military bases in the different Persian Gulf countries over there, and we have declared to them if they want to abuse these kind of military bases or properties or any assets against the Iranian people and against the Iranian national sovereignty, we consider them as a legitimate targets and will act accordingly.
So what would be your message to British people sitting at the moment in the Gulf states and wondering, should I go home? Shall I carry on staying here? Are they actually on the front line of a war?
You see, first of all, that I'm very sorry regarding for this crisis made by, this war made by the American and Israeli regimes against all of the peoples living in the region, including the British peoples. And so I am very sorry, and I'm declaring my sorry.
Give them some advice.
Yeah, my advice, that the British government has different facilities regarding for the repatriation of them to come to to the UK. But I do believe that there is no any intention from the Iranian side to harm them. There is no, because we know the exact location of the military bases, the properties of American side in them, in these countries. And if they want to come back their own country, it depends up them. It up to them. And I'm telling you, and I'm assuring you that there is no any hostility from Iranian side, not only for the British people who are living there, but also for all of the civilians people living in the Persian Gulf countries.
In the old days, perhaps even now, people in your country used to describe America as the great Satan and Britain as the little Satan. There's been a big controversy inside the UK political system about whether or not we should be part of the original war against Iran. And we have chosen not to be, but to protect ourselves if we are attacked or our allies are attacked. Do you regard the position of Britain and America as being similar or significantly different?
I do believe it's different. These positions, the British government, British authorities declared that they have no any involvement in this war, and they know that this war is illegal according to the international law. British government and British authority mentioned that they do not repeat the bad experience from the Iraq invasion. That's all of them we welcomed. That's very important factors. But regarding for our strategy, if they want, attack us, if they want to making some threats against the Iranian national territory by using and abusing of the, for in the name of the collective self-defense or individual self-defense, there is no doubt that we will defend ourselves. We will defend ourselves as our inherent right to self-defense.
Because your country has attacked Akrotiri, the RAF base in Cyprus.
No, not at all. That the Ministry of
where did that come from? That missile come from?
The Ministry of Defense made the declaration that this is one example of the flag, false flag. The Ministry of Defense mentioned that there is no any signs that all of these drones belongs to the Iranians. No, that it's very important that now. I do believe you know what I mean. There are many false flags to making and abusing to making some riots and chaos in our region. For example, regarding for Turkey, Azerbaijan, all of them are flags. And regarding for your base, military base in Cyprus as well.
Where do you think the missile came from, if not from you?
No, not at all. No.
It came from somewhere.
No. I'm telling to you that we have a very important and historical diplomatic relations. Although that is now challenging, but I do believe me as the Iranian ambassador, I'm trying to manage the bilateral relations and my colleagues in the foreign policy.
So you think you would say we are not at war? Our countries at the moment.
Yes. We are not, not only for you, not only for the British people, but also anybody. Iran is a peace-lover country, and so we do not have any war with anybody. And so now we are defending ourselves against the aggressors.
And so what would be your advice to Keir Starmer at the moment, wondering about what to do next?
You see that Prime Minister Keir Starmer is a politician. He has the different advisors and he has a different consultant regarding for the Iranian situation, Iranian circumstances. My advice to not only Prime Minister Keir Starmer, but also for the British political establishment, please increase your knowledge regarding for the Iranian people, Iranian culture, that the Iranian people, do not have any hostility with the British people.
Final question. The price per barrel has now gone up above $100 a barrel. Is it part of Iran's defensive strategy to drive up energy prices and to cause an economic pain in the West, and therefore to people listening to this program who are worried about their bills? Is that part of the war?
You see that now, but again, I ask you to come back to the root causes of this war. The American regime and Israeli regime made this aggression against Iran, and Iran now is defending ourselves. And we are very sorry that the increasing of the oil prices in the world, but all of the international public opinion should ask the root causes, Israel and American sides, to stop the war because they are damaging the prosperity and economic happiness of all of the world.